This is a Willets Point Shea Stadium bound 7 express train. The next and last stop is Willets Point, Shea Stadium.
Yeah, you posted, Juan Soto being at home here in Queens. Last season in the Bronx, a 288 batting average, 41 homers, 109 RBIs, had some career highs here, 989 OPS. What are we seeing from Juan Soto this year in Queens? Is he going to live up to the hype of that contract he signed?
I think, that's the big question is, what exactly does, 51 million kind of look like, for a year, what are those expectations carry? But you look at a guy that kind of, loves hitting at Citi Fields, has shown last year kind of, a career year from a power perspective. I think you look at him as, you pencil him in as another 35 home run guy, right? Coming into the season, maybe more RBI opportunities. Can he crack that career high 110 RBIs, coming into this season? And, with Francisco Lindor, right in front of you, you can't have a better table setter than that. Obviously the Yankees had some kind of big question marks at the leadoff spot last year. What Francisco Lindor is. He's going to get on base. He's going to be in scoring position. How much more run scoring potential is that when Francisco Lindor leads the game off with a double and you have Juan Soto stepping to the plate? That RBI potential is immense. So I think 35, is that his 35 home runs? Is that kind of his floor? 100 RBIs, is that his floor? I mean, I think so, right? Coming into this year, it's going to be really, really interesting to see kind of how it plays out. And then I think you want to maybe see some development, with his glove, in right field. That'll be something that's really interesting to see. Obviously something that was interesting with David Stearns after Soto's press conference was the question was asked about his defense. He said that Soto right now is probably about an average defender, but he's also 26 years old, and most players don't make their major league debuts until they're 23, 24. There's a lot of room, a lot of runway here to kind of improve that defense. So I think that's maybe something you kind of know what you're getting offensively, close to 1,000 OPS. But how does he improve defensively here this year? I think that's maybe something definitely to watch, because we kind of know what to expect from him offensively. He's just that talented, with that good of an eye at the plate. So, I'm excited to cover him day in and day out. That's for sure.
And the defense is something that even he talked about during his press conference when they asked him, how what are you looking to improve upon on last season? And he talked about, the first thing he mentioned was defense. I mean, the Mets are really not signing him for his defense. Obviously, the offense outweighs that. But if he can, become comparable out there in right field, I think that's big for the Mets. And we all know that David Stearns practices, run prevention and defense. And, he'll have help out there with Jose Siri and Tyrone Taylor being out there in center helps out a lot. So, hopefully he becomes that right fielder that, we see here for the next decade, play well out there. So we don't have to move him to being a DH type player.